And the only person who has a right to speak on it is me. Because I went through it. I lived and breathed that abuse. I dealt with that shit on a daily. Not you. That is my childhood abuse. And if I want to say my dad, I think my dad knew about it, then I'm allowed to say that. I don't think that he did. But if I did, I would be the one that was allowed to say that, not you. You have no right to speak on any of my essay the way that you did. You're disgusting. It's people like you, Karma, the way that you said what you said, it's people like you that causes others to stay silent for the shit you made fun of. It's people like you. My childhood abuse has nothing to do with my body count. It has nothing to do with the way that I live. It has nothing to do with anything. You should never even think those things about some child who's been through SA for 13 straight fucking years. And shame on you for the definition of trafficking. I think you need to do a little more research on the different types of trafficking before you open your fucking mouth. Because you had no idea the shit that I had to fucking do. Or else my parents were gonna die. Or else my brother was gonna get raped. Or else. You know what it's like as a 5-year-old? For example, do you know what it's like to be threatened that your whole family is gonna be unalived or raped? That's funny. Because it's true. Do you know what it's like to be forced to do things or else? When you're 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 3, when you're able to comprehend things, do you know how traumatizing that is? You know, I went through what I went through because of the mental fucking torture that I was told was going to happen if I didn't. I wanted to protect I didn't know it. I didn't understand it because I was so young. I didn't know it wasn't okay. Like, I just didn't. I mean, I went through it for 13 years straight. But all I knew is that I didn't want my family to be hurt. I was afraid that my family was going to die at his hands. I grew up believing that he was going to hurt my family. And you want to make fun of that? You want to make fun of that? If I didn't do exactly what he fucking told me to do, if I didn't get raped, if I didn't give him what he wanted, he would unalive my family and rape my brother. And you think it's funny to make fun of? I chose to do it, Karma. Do you think that I wanted to sit here, which I didn't understand, but I do now as a mother, and through extensive fucking therapy that I went through? Do you think it's a nice reality check when you are involved in an awareness live when it comes to trafficking, and to have that question asked, because I couldn't ask it myself, and to find out as an adult that you trafficked your friends, you recruited your friends, he made you do that, he made you go seek out other girls so he could touch at 5, 6, 7 years old? And me being so little, I didn't know. But you want to laugh, bitch? It's not fucking funny. It's not funny. My life is not funny. I did what I had to do because I didn't know any better. I was brainwashed and threatened. My whole life would be gone and destroyed. You know how traumatizing that is for a child? And you want to laugh? You think it's okay to talk about? You have no idea the shit that I went through. No fucking idea. Ever since my dad beat the fuck out of that motherfucker for doing what he did to me, my dad never left my fucking side. And I can say that very proudly. My dad never left my side. But he didn't know. Do you know what it's like to fear mirrors, bitch? Because you would be sitting in a fucking room full with your family there and still be fucking abused, and nobody would know it but you? Do you know what it's like to fucking wake up with nothing on when you're 5 and 6 years old? Bitch, do you know what it's like to have bladder infection after bladder infection after bladder infection? As soon as you got healed, you get another one. Do you know what that's fucking like as a 5-year-old, 6-year-old child trying to pee, and it burns like a motherfucker, and you go through that every fucking week? You clear up for a week and you go through it again, bitch. Do you know what that's like? And you think it's funny? It's not funny. It's not funny to sleep with the light on, and still to this day I cannot sleep without a fucking light because I don't know what's coming at me in the dark, bitch. I still have those fears, even though I know he doesn't know where I'm at. Do you know what? You think it's funny? You think it's fucking funny, bitch? I don't like money, not just because my family was full of it, but I was bribed as a fucking child. With gifts, clothes, gifts, toys, whatever I wanted. to keep my mouth fucking shut, bitch. And you think it's funny? I hate money. I hate it. But that's funny. It's funny, isn't it, bitch? Stay in your own fucking lane, because you have no fucking clue. Clearly, because if you did, you would never speak on somebody else's essay the way that you did. And you can take that and shove it up your fucking ass. But on a positive note, let's end it with this. You know what I did? After years of him mentally torturing me, after the scars, the aftermath, all of that, after living my life not able to do the things that I as an adult should experience as a married woman, to not be able to do those because you're afraid of it, because you don't see the man that you married, that you love, that you want to give yourself to. You don't see that. You see the abuse. You live and breathe the abuse. That's what you live and breathe. To not have that ability to be okay with certain things, I was done living my life in hell because of somebody who did this to me for 13 years. And I am proud to fucking say that I got a hair up my ass one day and went over and confronted that motherfucker, and I left it where the fuck it was at. And I never looked back. And I told him I forgave him. I wish no death on him and no harm. The only thing that I ask of him is to, every time he wakes up, to look in the mirror and think about me. Every time he goes to bed, to look in the mirror and think about me. And to live his life exactly the way that it is. Because he has no friends, no family, no job, no self anything. He lives in a shithole of a house, alone, secluded, with nobody to give a damn. And I want that for him. I want him to live until he's 200 fucking years old. And when he gets old and decrepit and he sits in his chair and he passes away, I want him to do it alone and mummify in that fucking chair, because nobody gives a fuck about him. Nobody cares if he's alive or gone. I want that for him. I wish nothing but a long, miserable life for that motherfucker. And I told him that to his face, and I left. And I'm proud of that, because I could let go of a lot of shit in my life that I was fearful for years. Do you know what it's fucking like for a motherfucker to talk about when you're 13 and you know, life changes and you see things on TV and you realize certain things are not the way that they're supposed to be, for him to once again threaten to grape your fucking little brother, and to realize I had to say something. It was a given. It was going to happen. I didn't understand it, but I knew from watching certain things there was something I had to do. I had to stop him from hurting my brother. I wouldn't allow my brother to go through that shit. So I said something. I saved my brother's life. I protected that boy from being abused by a man who abused me for 13 years. And you know how hard of a pill it is to swallow for that same boy to unalive himself, and you want me to get over it? I protected him from a lot of shit. And it might be a little fucking hard. Shame on me, right? But you think it's funny? You people think it's fucking funny to Ouija board him? And to say that my ex did it because he touched kids? Ain't nobody unalived my brother but my brother. I know that. I know you don't need a rocket science to tell me what my brother did. I'll never not stand on that. I know my brother did what he did. Did I have doubts? Absolutely. Did I ever doubt that he did not do it himself? No. He was pushed to that point. And my only regret is that I couldn't protect himself from himself. I could protect him from everything else in this world. But I couldn't protect my brother from himself, and there was nothing that I could do to fix that. But I know what I did do. I saved that little boy from torture. From a man who tortured me. And I have no regrets. But you people on this fucking app are disgusting to me. You're sick. You let me heal the way I need to fucking heal when it comes to my brother, and stop bringing up dumb bullshit. Stop sending me Ouija boards and all this kind of stuff because something died. You tried to ruin my life. You tortured my kids. You had CPS come to my child's school and pull them the fuck out of class and embarrass the shit out of them both. Over an 8-year-old child that does not exist. You people fucking did that. Wreck it. And then you got Box Lizard saying that I have a 13, 14, and 16-year-old in my home. Who the fuck is the 14-year-old? So now I got an 8-year-old and a 14-year-old that I had no clue I fucking had. Are they boys or girls? I'm just wondering. Because I ain't got no girls. And you got the one individual calling me fucking sick and I'm just all of this and all this bullshit that sat here and fucking stood there and watched me just break the fuck down with my whole life when my brother died. When my father told me to unalive myself and drove away in my brother's driveway, she was the only one that I went to. Because I didn't know where else to go. I didn't want to hurt myself. And you have that very individual and family dragging the shit out of me and telling all this personal fucking information, and you don't think that fucking hurts? I literally trusted you with my life. And you threw it and pissed it all away for people you don't even fucking know. But I won't do that to you. Because I'm not that just fucking pathetic of an individual. I'm not that low. But you know who has to live with the rest of that for the rest of their life for what they fucking did? You. Not me. You have to fucking live with that. And you're clearly fucking paranoid because I wasn't even talking about you and you want to come in here. I know you're not speaking on her. What you gonna do about it? You gonna run and tell some more shit? Some more fucking lies? Because you already threatened to do it before and you did it. You want to hear the story of the baby horse that they're going to probably say next? Because I can prove that fucking baby horse never was hurt. I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for it because Sassy already knows she came in an account like that. I'm waiting to show that baby horse and to prove you the fuck wrong. Because yes, I have pictures of it. Because it was a beautiful baby. But I had to take pictures to show my vet exactly how it came out. And I still have those pictures to this day. Because I delete nothing. And yes, I can show them on here. Because guess what? There's no graphic. There's no bad graphics. You wouldn't even know it wasn't alive. So go ahead. Preach the story. Because I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for it to happen. So I can prove you the fuck wrong. Stop accusing my dogs of eating my deceased horse too. Because you don't have no clue, or you know but don't care, that those very dogs that you were fucking sitting here running your mouth about came and was trained as a puppy and saw almost weekly by the individual that they gave them to me that you're friends with. Make it make sense. You're dogging the dogs that was given to me by your friend. Have I had problems? Yeah, but not as big as the ones that she's had.